Four news stories for you. Firstly, viewers, last night I shared pictures of two statues, two structures with you. One erected in RC Oromia in 2014 and the other one erected in Addis Ababa yesterday. Oromo Amhara tensions were rising because of yesterday's structure erected in Addis Ababa. What happened after that? Last night, some developments were seen in Addis Ababa. We have an update for you. Secondly, viewers, a viewer contacted me. He said, Sajid, you always speak about Oromo prisoners, Tigray prisoners, journalists in prison. Why don't you speak about Agew leaders, Agew researchers who are in prison too? Okay, I have an update in this regard too. Lastly, two video clips for you. One video clip has been shared by Harmela Eregawi, and she is saying that Ethiopian PM Abiy is extremely popular in Ethiopia. The video clip shows how PM Abiy is being received in a ceremony in a gathering. Lastly, a video clip which is a statement of Linda Thomas Greenfield. She is US envoy at the UN. She was asked a question about Ethiopia Tigray conflict, ongoing Ethiopian conflict. What did she reply? We have a video clip for you. Firstly, viewers, last night I shared a news story with you. I told you that some persons had erected a statue, a structure in Addis Ababa, and Oromos were indignant. They were saying that the statue erected in Addis Ababa was mocking a monumental statue erected in RC in 2014. What happened after that? Reportedly, last night, the statue erected in Addis Ababa was removed. So, a very positive development. Reportedly, local authorities and some Oromo groups, they warned those persons who erected yesterday's statue in Addis Ababa, and the statue has been removed from the place where it was erected yesterday. When I did that video yesterday, people said, Sajid, you are fueling ethnic conflicts. Now you see, viewers, a small issue which could have turned into a large escalation, it has been resolved. Escalation has been averted because it was timely pointed out by me and by other journalists, by other reporters, by other persons too. So when we point out some ethnic disputes, the purpose is not to fuel those disputes. The purpose is that there should be a solution. If you don't find a solution to problems, then these problems become huge and you cannot handle them, and they lead to serious escalation of tensions, and sometimes in confrontation civilians are killed. So we timely pointed out what was being done in Addis Ababa. Local authorities took action. They should be appreciated too. And finally, the statue has been reportedly removed from Addis Ababa. Now, secondly, viewers, criticism that I don't speak about Agew prisoners. Yes, I did not speak about them. So many developments, so many updates, so many new stories are coming in that sometimes we miss a few things. Head of Agew National Congress, Almario Yirdao, he is in prison. We know about that. He was taken into custody at the start of October, and he was charged with organizing youth in Addis Ababa. He was taken to a court twice in October. The court granted him bail at the end of October last year. Despite the bail orders, he has not been released so far. Firstly. Secondly, Melese Ngida is a researcher who publishes some articles, some information about Agew people. He is also in prison. So, prisoners should be released before the start of national dialogue. And now Ethiopian government is starting to release prisoners. We have seen some journalists released, top Oromo leaders released, TPLF members released. Let's hope, let's pray that these Agew leaders are also released. Ethiopian government must ensure that smaller ethnic groups, they're not sidelined, because these ethnic groups, they're already very small and they have complaints against large ethnic groups. That is why government must care about these ethnic groups more than others, because they feel that they are marginalized, they are sidelined in Ethiopia. Now is thirdly, two video clips for you. One has been shared by Harmila Regavi, No More Movement protagonist. She was in Ethiopia as Ethiopian diaspora is visiting Ethiopia these days. She has shared a video clip. She says that PM Abiy is extremely popular in Ethiopia. In the video clip, people can be seen warmly welcoming PM Abiy in a ceremony, in a gathering. I leave it to you to decide how popular PM Abiy is in Ethiopia. Maybe in a separate video, we can have a detailed discussion on that. And lastly, a video clip, which is a statement of Linda Thomas Greenfield, US envoy to the UN. During an interview, she was asked a question about Ethiopia Tigray conflict, Ethiopian conflict. And she said, on a scale of 1 to 10, she would rate the conflict at 1. She says, Ethiopian people are fighting against each other. No matter what Ethiopian government keeps on saying, and for an outsider, it's a civil war. An outsider will always say that Ethiopians are fighting against each other. Of course, all are Ethiopians. How can you deny that? I mean, Tigrayans are Ethiopians too, Amharas, Oromos. So when there is war between them, they are fighting among themselves. Ethiopians are fighting against each other. Watch the two video clips. First one shows PM Abiy's reception at a ceremony. Second one is the video statement of Linda Thomas Greenfield. Thank you for watching.
Ethiopia, you served as Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs in the Obama administration. How concerned are you about the situation in Ethiopia?
I am on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm at a 10 in terms of my concerns about the situation. When I was Assistant Secretary, we saw Ethiopia as one of the fastest growing economies in Africa. And now we're in a situation where Ethiopians are in a major crisis of fighting against each other. And we're seeing massive human rights violations, humanitarian concerns as well. My hope is that we will get to a ceasefire. As I've said previously, there are no good guys on either side. We need to make sure that the victims of this conflict find a way to peace. And I'm hoping that we see some of those actions taking place over the course of the next few weeks toward a ceasefire. The AU efforts under President Obasanjo and regional partners will bring this country to a peaceful conclusion of this conflict.